In the early 2000s, Dubai wanted to do something no city had ever attempted before. Not a taller tower. Not a bigger mall. They wanted to build entire islands in the shape of a palm tree, visible from space. And somehow, against all odds, they actually did it. Welcome to Palm Jumeirah. A man-made island so ambitious, so expensive, and so surreal that it became the ultimate symbol of luxury. Celebrities bought villas there. Billionaires parked yachts along its coastline. Luxury hotels rose from the sand like futuristic palaces. For years, Palm Jumeirah wasn't just real estate. It was proof that Dubai could bend nature to its will. The island cost roughly $5 billion to build. More than 120 million cubic meters of sand were dredged from the Persian Gulf. Massive rocks were stacked into a giant crescent breakwater stretching over 7 miles long. Engineers called it one of the most complex construction projects in human history, but beneath the luxury and the Instagram-perfect skyline, problems were already beginning to form. The island was never natural. It depended entirely on engineering to survive. Waves, tides, erosion, and shifting sand constantly fought against the structure holding it together. And over time, those forces started winning. Today, scientists, environmentalists, and even residents are raising alarms. Beaches are disappearing. Water circulation is failing. Buildings face growing environmental risks. Some experts warn parts of the island may become increasingly difficult and expensive to maintain in the coming decades. The question is no longer whether Palm Jumeirah is impressive, the question is whether it can survive. To understand why Palm Jumeirah is struggling, you first have to understand how impossible this project really was. Dubai didn't build the island using concrete foundations or steel platforms. Instead, engineers relied almost entirely on sand. Millions upon millions of tons of it. Giant dredging ships vacuumed sand from the seabed and sprayed it into the ocean with GPS precision. Piece by piece, the outline of a giant palm tree emerged from the Gulf, but there was a major problem. Sand moves unlike natural islands formed over thousands of years. Palm Jumeirah had no stable geological foundation. Waves and currents constantly shifted the material beneath it. To stop the island from washing away, developers built a massive crescent-shaped breakwater around the palm. On paper, it sounded brilliant. In reality, that wall created another dangerous issue. Water inside the palm began stagnating. The breakwater blocked natural ocean circulation. Warm water became trapped between the fronds of the island. Over time, experts noticed declining water quality, algae buildup, and reduced oxygen levels affecting marine life. Engineers later added openings in the breakwater to improve circulation, but critics argued the fixes came after the damage had already begun. And the environmental concerns didn't stop there. The dredging process destroyed large sections of the seabed ecosystem. Coral habitats disappeared. Marine species were displaced. Some environmental researchers described the project as an ecological disaster hidden beneath luxury branding. Still, none of this slowed Dubai down. Property prices exploded. Investors rushed in. Palm Jumeirah became one of the most valuable addresses on Earth. To many people, the island looked like a miracle. But miracles built on unstable ground come with consequences. And those consequences are becoming harder to ignore. From the outside, Palm Jumeirah still looks untouchable. Luxury resorts glow across the shoreline. Supercars cruise through perfectly manicured streets. Influencers post infinity pools overlooking the Arabian Gulf. But beneath the image of perfection, the island faces growing structural and environmental stress. One of the biggest concerns is erosion. The same waves that made Dubai's coastline famous are slowly reshaping the island itself. Sand naturally drifts over time, and maintaining Palm Jumeirah requires constant intervention. Crews regularly pump new sand onto beaches to replace what the sea carries away. Without continuous maintenance, sections of the island could gradually shrink or destabilize, and that maintenance isn't cheap. Experts estimate millions of dollars are spent every year simply preserving the palm's shape. Unlike a natural island that evolves gradually with the environment, Palm Jumeirah survives through non-stop artificial correction. Then there's sea level rise. Climate scientists warn that rising oceans could become a serious long-term threat to low-lying coastal developments across the Middle East. Palm Jumeirah sits only a few meters above sea level in many areas. Even small increases in water levels could increase flooding risks, accelerate erosion, and pressure the island's infrastructure. And while Dubai continues investing heavily in coastal defenses, some experts question whether these solutions are sustainable forever. There's also another issue few people talk about openly: the hidden strain on infrastructure. Palm Jumeirah was designed as a luxury paradise, but its popularity created traffic congestion, utility pressure, and logistical challenges far beyond early expectations. Thousands of residents, hotel guests, workers, and tourists move through the island every day, placing enormous stress on roads, sewage systems, and energy demand. In other words, Palm Jumeirah isn't collapsing overnight. But maintaining this artificial paradise is becoming a constant battle against nature, engineering, and time itself. Palm Jumeirah was never just about creating land. It was about creating an image. In the early 2000s, Dubai was transforming itself into a global luxury capital. Oil alone wouldn't secure the city's future forever, so leaders pursued something bigger: tourism, real estate, and international attention on a scale the world had never seen, and Palm Jumeirah became the centerpiece of that vision. The island attracted global headlines instantly. Celebrities bought villas. International hotel chains competed for beachfront property. Investors treated palm real estate like gold. For Dubai, the project worked exactly as intended. It turned the city into a symbol of extreme ambition. But ambition can create dangerous pressure. Once Palm Jumeirah succeeded financially, Dubai accelerated even larger artificial island projects. The World Islands. Palm Jebel Ali. Massive waterfront expansions. Some projects stalled. Others struggled financially after the 2008 global financial crisis hit Dubai's property market hard. Suddenly, the dream looked fragile. Construction slowed. Property values dropped. Some artificial island developments were left incomplete for years. Investors began asking difficult questions about sustainability, demand, and long-term viability. Palm Jumeirah survived because it had already become iconic. But the cracks in the model were exposed. Critics argue Dubai's megaproject strategy often prioritizes spectacle over sustainability. Building artificial coastlines in one of the harshest climates on Earth requires enormous resources, endless maintenance, and constant adaptation. Supporters, however, see something entirely different. To them, Palm Jumeirah proves humanity can overcome geographic limitations through technology and vision. They argue every great city in history faced skepticism during its rise, so now Dubai faces a defining challenge: can it continue defying nature indefinitely? Or is Palm Jumeirah becoming a warning sign of what happens when engineering ambition collides with environmental reality?